Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and this video we're going to look at the astrology and the transits. We're going to look at the astrological transits of this week for Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Everybody cool? All right, man. Hey, I thought this would be fun. Let's dig it up for you guys. Let's have a look and see what's going on. I pulled the charts up, but I didn't have a look. Now, I'm not going to look into their schedule and current events and see what's coming up for them. But because that's going to cloud my reading. It's going to, if I see they're going to travel to a place, I'm going to look in the chart, travel to a place. If I see there's going to be some public thing, I'm going to look for a public. So if I do that, I'm going to miss a bunch of stuff. Or I'm going to be led in a different direction, which is whatever. I'm just telling you why I'm not doing it. Maybe I'll do it next week. We'll talk about it on the live stream and see what the SunnySiders say. But for you guys, leave it in the comments section what their schedule is, what's going on, if any of this makes any sense. All right, we're supposed to have some. I thought this would be fun. All right, let's get down to it. Let's do our thing. All right, let's check it out. So first up, we have the Challenger. Oh my God, wait, hey, I showed you guys the thing. I'm not gonna do it on this video. I'll make a separate video about it, but why Trump and JD Vance, they make sense as a team. They make a lot of sense as a team, and that just makes sense. The astrology just makes sense right now, so I'll show you. It seems a little bit weird, but when you understand, it makes sense. Okay, here we go. First up, the Challenger. Let me just make sure you guys can see us. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is this week. So there's stuff coming up that we have to pay attention to. Down here at the bottom, I'll draw in a second, but I'll show you that. I'm just going to animate the chart for a bit so I can show you what's going to happen in the next little bit. So you'll see things like over here, Mercury is going to turn retrograde. Okay, during August, it's going to be retrograde. So that's something that's going to change, but not a big deal this week. Okay, so but we'll stay on top of that, and I'll let you know. It's going to all the outer planet stuff is going to happen. I mean, all of the stuff, the transits are going to happen to to all of us. So, but it's going to affect us all a little differently. So just letting you know that's coming up over here. This is going to happen. This is going to happen probably the most. Here, let me just delineate it, and I'll tell you what's going on. Let me just do it again. Let me just do it. I used to teach astrology, right? So I spent all my time blah, 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 instead of just doing it. Okay, so this is the week. So as we look at the week, we're going to see the path of the moon, because that's the biggest thing that's happening, right? That's how you judge things. It's one of the biggest indicators. And then we look at possible transits that are going to walk up or bump up against certain parts of their chart. All right, everybody cool? So right now, this week, this is a reclusive time for Kamala. She's doing stuff in the background. She's doing stuff behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff happening to her behind the scenes, and this is absolutely going to blow up towards the end of this week and the beginning of next week. It's an applying aspect. Mars is moving towards Jupiter, and so this energy is getting stronger, and it's in the 12th house. So on the negative side, also I've been telling everybody during the horoscopes that Mars is getting ready. This is all getting ready to square Saturn up there. So that's going to cause that would normally cause a very big problem. This aspect right here, believe it or not, it can indicate jail time, major problems with authority figures. It can indicate someone absolutely stabbing you in the back. It could indicate divorce, death in relationships. I'm going to tell you something in a really negative situation. It can indicate a death of someone very close to her. So you guys were wondering what's going on in her life. This indicates the death of someone very close to her, and it's on the horizon. So, well, there you go. But in addition to all of that, this is not a regular Saturn, right? That Saturn is a retrograde Saturn. And so, although we think it would bring negative things, right? Because Saturn takes away. But when Saturn is retrograde, that thing that's taking away is no longer there. It's not necessarily suddenly good stuff is coming to you. It just means that suddenly it's not a drag. And again, Trump's going to have this in his chart. And so that's what's happening. And so that's happening with Kamala's publicity. So her publicity, which was stunted, right? It was below Joe's, right? Because Joe was running. But now that Saturn is retrograde, you see a normal person would say, now that Joe's out of the race, Kamala's doing the thing. But we're doing it in an astrological perspective here. So now that Saturn is retrograde, the public blockage that she had has been removed. So she can get out there and do her thing. And she is. And it's spectacular. So this very negative thing that's coming up, although it's very negative, I believe it's actually going to lead to some kind of major positive. And what I think is, this is usually someone doing something sneaky behind your back. And I usually approach it like that in the horoscopes or in the mini astrology readings. But in this situation, I'm going to say she's working behind the scenes, or there are a lot of people working behind the scenes, or there's a lot of things, a lot of energy is happening in her absence. So like that group over there is working on her behalf. They're doing stuff for her. Those guys are doing stuff for her. Those guys are doing stuff for her. That's what it looks like with Mars there. A lot of people in the background are doing stuff for her. So Trump has this naturally in his chart, by the way. So, but that's what she's going through right now. So what's going to happen to her this week? Money is going to continue to be good. Okay, money is going to continue to be good. That is very good. Over here, shared resources is going to change. Right, she's going to continue to raise a ton of money this week. But the biggest, and you know, Saturn is doing its thing. Chiron is doing, like, I mean, I don't want to make this video go on and on and on forever. She has a sense of destiny that's happening, right? Chiron is making, well, maybe not. maybe not. All right, there we go. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to pull up the Trumpster. So for Kamala, the biggest deal right now is there's something, she's continuing, the breaks and the restrictions have, Saturn, right? The restrictions have been removed. So the restrictions have been removed, and the illusions have been removed, and this is social media, and that's publicity, and it's big. So there you go. Over here, something is happening behind the scenes for her. She should have a reclusive week. We're probably not going to see her out in the public. I'm just guessing, right? I'm just guessing. I don't know what she's doing. But this says we might not see her out in the public until later in the week, like Wednesday or something. But we will. we will. All right. There you go. All right. Next. Let's see what's going on with the Trumpster. Let me just check the time on this. 7 minutes? Okay, I'll be quick with the Trumpster. So we'll do more of these. This is a good Monday morning thing for the week to see what's going on with these guys. Yeah, you see, Trumpster has all that stuff at the top of his chart as well. Right, very public. Unexpected. So astrologically, right, we're talking about Mars. When Mars was conjunct Uranus right there and made that square, that was the assassination attempt on Trump. It's pretty obvious, right? It's being triggered by that blue thing at the top, Uranus, and that like doesn't really happen for everybody. That rarely happens in life, right? It's a very slow transit. So Trump was really, and the conjunction at the same time, really, it's astrologically Trump was in a position for something very violent and unexpected. Now violence is moving on, right? Mars is moving on, but Uranus is going to return, and it's going to square that Mars again. So something, well, it's there right now. It's squaring right now. So Trump still has the unexpected happening to him very publicly. Now with this chart, we'll do the same thing. Well, so the moon is over here, and this is publicity for Trump. Like, it's very, like, so where Harris was back here and was reclusive, this is a reclusive week for her, the beginning of the week. In this, for Trump, he should be out in the public. Like, this looks like he's outside, like giving like a really big kind of rally this week. Like, this looks like a big news is coming from Trump. Like, Trump is scheduled for something really big to happen to him, big public. It's coming soon. Now, this is all behind the scenes for Trump, and it's kind of a little like he has a lot of help behind the scenes, a tremendous amount of help behind the scenes, and it should be obvious. It should be obvious. And so that's what's going on. But that indicates cheating in relationships and stuff. It's a different kind of thing for what we're talking about today. So, very popular, very aggressive. Problems with authority figures, obviously. Unexpected problems with authority figures, right? That's all authority figures right there. But he's going to be very public. Over here, we were speaking about the Saturn thing with Kamala. For Trump, that's going to deal with his relationships. It's actually kind of neat. It's what he should be focused on. It's what he should be focused on. His personal, one-on-one, big-ass relationships is what he should be focusing on. When this was direct, his relationships, one-on-one relationships, were being taken away. Obviously, you know, his old team is, I would guess, not there. The things that he used to work with, the people, his support, like, you know, they're being removed, and like the close ones. And now with Saturn retrograde, on one hand, you know, some of them will return, but it's an opportunity with this blockage removed for him to develop some very serious and very powerful one-on-one relationships. So just as Kamala is using this for publicity, Trump should use that to shore up his alliances right now. It's also legal battles. So he was losing legal battles, but now that Saturn's retrograde, he's kind of not losing them right now. But there's a reckoning coming in. There's a warning for the Trumpster. Saturn's going to be direct in the middle of November. So in the middle of November, those problems are going to return. And in the middle of November, those problems where people were deserting him will return. So although Trump will have major publicity in the middle of November, he's going to, his allies will desert him once again. So astrologically, man, frig, whatever. So that's the deal. That's the deal. Well, I wish you the best. I wish everyone the best. I think Trump should not run for president, and I think he should open up like a Fox News. I think the Trumpster should open up a media outlet. Like, I remember I said to SLC during the thing, when Trump was all Twitter, I was like, why doesn't he just open his own thing? It's like, what's the problem? Why is he fighting with Twitter? And then the same with his news thing. Instead of using Fox, just open up a Fox. It's like, whatever, man. You're rich. Go be rich. Anyways, I wish everyone the best. I hope you guys have a little bit of fun with this video. I thought this was fun. Leave in the comments section what's going on with these guys this week, what they're doing. And we'll do another one next Monday, and we'll adjust it as we go along. Oh, I thought this was kind of interesting. Okay, from TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, and tune into the live streams when we do the live stream horoscopes. Wishing everyone the best, and I'll see you guys soon.